chains over my shoulder and lights away to these distant bars. West wind blows and the nights get colder, and still I find my place is out here underneath the stars. Take me back to the world I believe in. Shake it up with some love around here. I'll come back to this town when all these changes come around. We can chase away the sorrow and the fear. Someday maybe I'll be so bold enough to think about what makes me hold on to the stuff that makes my heart and my head get cold. Maybe I'm just overthinking, maybe I'm just getting old. Take me back to the world I believe in. Shake it up with some love around here. I'll come back to this town when all these changes come around. We can chase away the sorrow and the fear. There's a danger that you may just find some happiness today. That old stranger, he'll come knocking in and telling you it might just be okay. Hey, it's okay. So go on living with your head and heart, and we'll write a new song and we'll make a new start. Take me back to the world I believe in. Shake it up with some love around here. I'll come back to this town when all these changes come around. We can chase away the sorrow and the fear.
Good afternoon. I'm so glad to be able to join you this afternoon and to have our very special guest, Alan Frew, with us. Alan has done many things, but always remotely with us for the last 3 years. But we're about to change all that when he's coming across in April to play in New York at various gigs, including some that we're hosting. We just heard from his new album, Songs from the Sea, and the track was Take Me Back. So now, without more ado, Alan, good afternoon.
Hi, Camilla.
And so, Alan, with this new album just out, I thought it was time that we had a catch up and found out how everything's going. But could you begin by telling us a little bit about your journey that has taken you to this point?
Wow, I'll try and condense that. Yeah, I mean, I started playing guitar when I was a teenager kind of thing through my dad. My dad was a singer-songwriter as well. And but I didn't start writing songs until really late on, like I was 30. You know, so I always played the guitar, and I loved blues and Americana and folk music as well, anything with grassroots sort of bass, you know. But I played in bands as a guitar player and doing the odd bit of backing vocals. But it wasn't until just before I was 30 when I wrote my first song. And then after that, you know, I kept writing and kept writing.
The floodgates opened.
Yeah, that's right. You could say that. And actually doing this as a career, doing it for a living, that was really late on as well. So I released my first album when I was 39, and I started going out doing this for a living and playing gigs just after that time. So it was really late in the career, you know. I did work as a guitar tutor full time when I was in my 30s. I started doing that, working as a guitar tutor, so that, you know, I had a kind of base there and some general income coming in, so that freed me up to be able to do gigs and eventually build that up so I could do it full time.
But I went to drama school, and
Okay.
my professor said to me, don't be in a hurry, because acting is expressions of life. You have to have lived to express.
Yeah,
there's a richness that comes with that experience, and so all these things that you've done come out in your songs. Don't you find that?
Definitely. I mean, by the time I'd written my first song, Running Blind, I think there was about, it wasn't just about that last year. I think there was about, 15 years of stuff going on there that I was trying to cram into one song. So, so I get that. And yeah.
So what would you like us to hear now? Because Sounds from Scotland is about music. And so you've got a great new album. What would you like us to hear first?
Well, the first single that was released just at the start of the year was London to Paris, and I put out a video for that recently. So that would probably be a good place to start. So that's the new single from the new album.
So London to Paris.
So on.
Started to fade as I remember what my love and I had said. We're on the move now, these words start to spread through the pores as I'm laying in my bed. Don't want to lose you. There comes a time we'll regret my love, forget my love, forget my love. There comes a time with regret my love, forget my love. Today will never tell you what tomorrow brings. All the simple things you want to know. From London town to Paris, I will take my love. We will cast our dreams into the city. We will go. All around the world, there's a voice that's about to be heard. Do you believe in unspoken word? We've been waiting for the lies to unfurl. I get the feeling comes a time we'll regret my love, forget my love, forget my love. Comes a time with regret my love, forget my love, and I'll go. Today won't ever tell you what tomorrow brings. All the simple things you want to know. From London town to Paris, I will take my love. We will cast our dreams into the city. We will go. Comes a time with regret, my love, forget my love, forget my love. Comes a time with regret, my love, forget my love, and I'll go. Today will never tell you what tomorrow brings. All the simple things you want to know. From London town to Paris, I will take my love. We will cast our dreams to the city, we will go.
So welcome back, and what a great track London to Paris is. So Alan, we've all found we've done different things and been inspired to do different things through COVID. It's got us. Did this give you an opportunity to write this album? Or how did you use COVID? Was it a time of introspection and you were able to dive into projects you hadn't done before?
Well, I suppose that the first and foremost, I was actually able to put this album out because there's so many things that get in the way in the time leading up towards then. So, you know, I suppose you've got to look in the positives there. The album had been a collection of songs that had been written since my debut album, which was way back 10 years before then. So some of the songs have been written quite a few years ago. The most recent one on the album was a song that I wrote during lockdown, and a song for my son called Little Star.
Oh.
And that was inspired by, we went out for a walk. It was the first time you could go out for an hour and go for a walk. And we went down the beach, and it was an Easter Sunday. And it was a beautiful day, and my son had said he'd never seen the sky so blue. So I put that in the song, and I wrote a song about it. It was called Little Star.
Can we hear that one now?
You can.
That would
Yeah.
be lovely. So let's hear Little Star.
Someday in the morning when the spring is in the air, you look out of your window like you never had a care. And all this world has changed, just not for you. Color painted faces rolling down the sandy dunes, scenes of isolation, Easter Sunday afternoon. You say you've never seen the sky so blue. You are a little star, this much I know is true. No matter where you are, I'll always be there for you. So if you find in troubled times when nature seems unkind, just go out to the place again, look up to the sky, and somewhere in your heart you'll find the truth. You are a little star, this much I know is true. No matter where you are, I'll always be there for you. Always be there for you. Always be there for you.
So welcome back as we continue in conversation with Alan Frew. Alan, in the next few weeks, you're going to be arriving into New York, and I'm very excited about that. And we're going to host you as part of our Sunday, April 16th concert, community concert at Breabach Park. Scotland on the Fountain Terrace is the title of the day's event. And you're going to be joining Hunter and McMustard, and also Whiskey Kiss, who have played with us for many times. And all of this is thanks to Craig Weir. So how do you know Craig? Do you play with him quite often?
No, Craig, I've got to know through this, through Jamie McGeechan, and it was an intro. So I've only really spoken to Craig online, so it was really good that he was able to help with the gigs. But the other two guys, Colin Hunter, I know well, he's a good friend, and I know he's doing the gig with John McMustard. John's well known over in Scotland from his band Colonel Mustard, so I don't really know John, but I know of him and his band. So they're great musicians, you know, all three.
So we'll have a good day of music. So
Should be
we have
amazing.
3 days of music on the Fountain Terrace. The first one is the Tartan Day observance on the Friday, and then we have many pipers joining us prior to the parade on the Saturday, April 15th. And then you are joining us with McMustard and Whiskey Kiss as a post-parade concert on the Sunday at lunchtime. So
Fantastic.
I think that will be great.
Oh, so looking forward to it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, and thanks to yourself and to Jamie and the guys for helping to make that happen. Yeah.
Well, these would be the first of many of your trips. Craig, as the master piper he is, has been coming over every year for many years and normally plays with us at the beginning of the observance ceremony, which is wonderful. And I think I look forward to talking to him about piping at Balmoral last August. That must be a very chilling and wonderful moment that he had.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That must have been really something. Yeah.
Exactly. But he's so wonderful and we are very grateful for all that he does to help us. And so as we finish up our chat with you today, could you tell us what you'd like us to hear as a concluding moment, and also how people can purchase your album, which is Songs from the Sea, and hear it, etc.
Okay. They can purchase the album on all the kind of main channels like there's Spotify, there's Bandcamp. Bandcamp's obviously better for the artists, I think, for the return. But it's on all the usual. There's Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Tunes, and
All right.
I have a website there as well. It's Alan J Frew, J for John. So it's just Alan with one L, J for John, and FREW Frew.com.
And so as we conclude chatting with you today, Alan, I'm going to make a request. I would like us to play, if it's good for you, River Song. I really loved it when I listened to the album. And if we could conclude with that, that would be wonderful.
That would be great. Pleasure. Thank you.
And we'll see you very soon in New York.
So much looking forward to see you all in person. It'll be so nice. And thanks once again for helping to make it all happen.
Our pleasure. And so now, River Song.
Tonight is the night. Hold on together. Warm is the wind in your hair. Black are the leaves that fall on the river, as light as the dress that you wear. People, what if this world should go on? What if you're wrong? Leave all lessons I learned in my time here right at your side. I think I'll go back and sit by the river and wait as the sun leaves the sky, and count on the stars to lead us together, light up the dark mountainside. We'll make out to that old silver tree, wandering free. Drift out, upwards and over the sea, out over the sea, out over the sea.
And thank you to the American Scottish Foundation for continuing the dance segments on your podcast, Sounds from Scotland. I'm Marjorie Stewart. I'm a member of the American Scottish Foundation and a dancer with Shot of Scotch NYC. Today we're featuring Kendra Monroe and the Monroe School of Highland Dance. Kendra is an accomplished Highland dancer and teacher and a co-founder of Shot of Scotch NYC. She's been my teacher for just a few months shy of a decade, and I'm so proud to be a part of the dance community she's cultivated. Hello, Kendra.
Hey, Marjorie. Thanks for that nice intro. This is awesome to be a part of this and talk about something I'm so passionate about, which is Highland dancing. And I'm one of the few who's been lucky enough to dance throughout my almost 4 decades. But yeah, like you said, I've been lucky enough to help co-found Shot of Scotch in New York City. And then that evolved and turned into me teaching and creating a school called Monroe School of Highland Dance. What was really unique about Monroe School of Highland Dance is it welcomed people of all backgrounds and skill levels and all ages to start dancing. And I found that, yes, as much as I love really strict technique, it was really fun to meet people where they're at, and whether they were taking Highland dancing for de-stressing or exercise or learning a new skill or connecting with ancestors, meeting people where they were and teaching at wherever they wanted to begin. So that was really fun. After college, though, I really had taken a break for about almost 10 years of dancing. Here and there I would dance, and I met up with 2 other dancers in New York City, and we're like, yeah, let's do this. So that's how Shot of Scotch happened, and I went from maybe dancing a Highland fling at a show here and there to dancing 3 or 4 times a week, teaching several classes, private lessons. It was awesome, and I feel so grateful that I got the opportunity to do that. I walked into workshops that I'm leading, and you'll have middle-aged men who don't work out much wearing street clothes standing right next to principal dancers of well-known ballet companies, all in the same class. And we go for it and we have fun, and there's no judgment. That's something that we're really good about in our classes, is everyone's welcome. Point your toe as best you can. Lift as best you can. If you don't want to lift, if you don't want to be jumping off the ground, we can find alternates. If you want to be building stamina and working really hard, I'll get you there too. Like, it's just meeting people where they are and having a community where there is no judgment and just encouraging each other. And that has been so much fun. I'm now in North Carolina, no longer in New York City, and I am lucky enough to still teach my dance lessons on Zoom. And I thought that this would fade out, and we're still going strong. Working through a lot of theory, working through a lot of endurance. People have competitions coming up, people have shows, people are saying, oh, I'm going to a party and I want to show how to do this. We do it all, and it's super fun. We'll have new people join. And yeah, is it ideal? No, but actually in some cases it is, because not everyone can meet in the city, not everyone can meet those times, and to just turn on Zoom and say, hey, let's go for it, it's great. I'm so fortunate that I'm still teaching those familiar faces and introducing new people to dance, something I'm so passionate about. There we go. And here we go. Bounce, high cut, swing, turn. Left side, bounce, high cut, bounce, high cut, bounce, swing and turn. Good, great. I'd love to see the group grow even more. There are classes in New York City through some colleagues of mine. Emily Ritter's still teaching a lot in the city, and for in-person classes, that's awesome, and I'd love for you to go that way. If that's not where you can take classes, you're welcome to join my Zoom classes, and I would love to see our community continue to grow and flourish and support each other. Again, I feel so fortunate. I welcome anyone who is interested in Highland dancing to join our Zoom classes. They are very low key. I keep it an open forum. Ask questions, go on mute the whole time, do whatever you like that makes it comfortable for you and approachable. But we keep it very casual, so much so that you'll often see my 3 children running in and out of the room, including the baby. Half the time is in my arms, but who's making noise right now. But yeah, we keep it casual. If I haven't said it enough, we meet people where they're at to make dance of all sorts, but Highland dancing very approachable. So please come join our classes. They're super fun, and reach out if you have any questions. You can reach me at kendramonroe@gmail.com.
Hello, and welcome to a new segment of Sounds from Scotland with me, Cameron Steer, where I highlight a piece of Scottish music or a Scottish artist as my highlighted artist of the month. The artist of the month I want to highlight is Breabach, who I've been listening to quite frequently actually over the course of 2022 and going into 2023. I'm a huge fan of the song Revolutions, and that is why I've chosen it as my highlight for the month. So thank you, I'm Cameron Steer, and this is Breabach. Cheers.
Dark storm looms, it's a hurricane. There's a fire raging through the western range. The race is on, the warning's plain. Hasten now, the winds of change. Revolutions keep us going. Revolutions never slowing. Revolutions keep on rolling. And Mary Kirk and Hillside Wind, your patient toil and careful hand illuminate discerning minds. Too soon for them to understand. Revolutions keep us going. Revolutions never slowing. Revolutions keep on rolling. dark storm looms, it's a hurricane.
And welcome back to Sounds from Scotland, and to my segment on the end of Sounds of Scotland, where I am continuing my journey of learning the bagpipes. So I've got some more news for you all here in February. So last month I joined a pipe band in the Rochester area where Cammy and I live, called Fade and Oar Pipe Band. One of the bigger and most revered ones in the area. So I'm very lucky to be connected to this guy, Andrew Duncan, who is now teaching me how to play bagpipes as my instructor. So he's a brilliant guy. 23 years I think it is of experience. He started playing when he was my age. So he's keen to see me follow in the footsteps of his journey. So that's been fun. I've enjoyed being around some very skilled and experienced pipers, and they have been helping me stave off learning any bad habits or whatnot. So yeah, that's the basic scale there. I'm feeling a bit brave. I'm gonna at least touch on grace notes and the G grace note in particular that we started learning and I'm starting to incorporate into my scale today. So you can lift the finger on the top band and it makes that kind of little jump. That little kind of, it's like a hammer on if there's any guitarists out there playing a hammer on or a pull off. So I'm still working on that. I'm about 80% sure that last part of the grace notes was wrong, but as I say, that's why we learn, and that's why I sought out help with a pipe band, because they'll surely correct me next week anyway. But yes, thank you very much for watching, for listening, for following along with my journey of learning pipes. That is all from Western New York at 65 Fahrenheit. That is all from me, Cameron Steer, and I just wanted to thank you for listening to Sounds from Scotland again this month. Cheers.
A new day's begun. She walks in the sun and watches the waves